where we should dive in, I think maybe Mulan would be a good place. I mean,
yeah,
like you've
yeah.
been working for a while, but
Yes.
like I know that, you know, Mulan is a movie where it kind of, you learned a valuable lesson that kind of you've taken with you throughout your career. Do you want to tell us, set up a little bit, kind of like what you were confronted with and how you sort of solved it?
Yeah, I think Dean DeBlois, who was my co-writer and co-director on How to Train Your Dragon and Lilo and Stitch, we met for the first time on Mulan, and I think both of us have always said that most of what we do now finds its roots in Mulan. Things that we learned to change, things that we embraced that worked. So we started on that project. That was the longest project I'd ever been involved in. It still is. It was about 6 years start to finish. And to put that into perspective, people who came to the premiere with children that had been born at the very beginning of the production brought them to the premiere as 6-year-olds. So it puts it into perspective. It was one of the hardest stories to make work that I had been involved in. And there were a lot of reasons for that. I think that we could have gotten it going a little bit more quickly had I known then what I know now, but the reason I know it now is because of then. I learned it on, I learned it on Mulan. To look at things more structurally, to put the particulars aside because they can be very distracting. What I mean is there are moments in the story that are really compelling, and you can get distracted by those and start working on those and perfecting those, not realizing that the overall structure probably needs to change. So I think we worked real hard on certain things about that movie before we realized that the structure had a flaw built into it. And so we burned a lot of time.